It starts with silence, no coins, no paper, just numbers, floating through invisible networks, moving faster than thought. This isn't science fiction. It's the slow disappearance of money as we know it. For thousands of years, money has been a symbol of trust: gold, silver, paper, plastic, each form promising something we could touch and measure. But now, in the age of artificial intelligence, money is evolving into something intangible, not physical, not emotional, not even human. To AI, money isn't value, it's information. A digital pulse that flows through algorithms, predicting, adjusting, and controlling the rhythm of the global economy. For the first time in history, the system that manages value may not understand empathy, only efficiency. The end of money isn't just about losing cash, it's about losing control over how value itself is defined. And that quiet shift could become the most powerful revolution in human history. The transformation begins quietly. Banks start using AI to predict markets, manage risks, and detect fraud. At first, it feels revolutionary. Faster payments, zero errors, smoother transactions. Then central banks introduce digital currencies, promising convenience and transparency. It sounds perfect, but something fundamental changes. Cash begins to vanish. Then it becomes obsolete. A generation grows up never touching coins or bills. Their wallets live on their phones. Their payments happen with fingerprints or eye scans. Every purchase is instant. Every move is tracked. The convenience feels magical until you realize that every transaction is a data point feeding the system. In this new financial landscape, your money doesn't just belong to you. It also belongs to the algorithm that monitors it. And once you give up physical cash, there's no going back. You trade privacy for speed and control for comfort without even noticing it happen. In a world without cash, privacy becomes history. Every transaction tells a story: where you go, what you buy, what you crave. AI systems collect it all, analyzing not just your spending, but your behavior, mood, and habits. They can predict your next purchase before you even think about it. Money stops being private and becomes programmable. Imagine your digital wallet adjusting prices based on your behavior. Spend too much, and your credit rating drops instantly. Support a controversial cause, and your account freezes automatically. This isn't science fiction. It's already happening. China's digital yuan includes algorithmic tracking. Western nations are quietly building similar systems. Cash once gave us freedom: anonymous, untraceable, human. But when money becomes code, every purchase becomes a confession, and every choice becomes part of your permanent digital identity. In this world, you don't just spend money, you get scored by it. Now imagine a future where every currency is digital, every payment traceable, and every economic decision guided by AI. Once upon a time, cash gave people independence, the ability to buy and give freely without permission. But in this new system, that kind of freedom becomes optional. Governments won't need to ask for your data. You'll surrender it with every tap or scan. Corporations won't need surveys. They'll know everything about you from your spending patterns. The smarter the AI becomes, the less human choice remains. Algorithms won't just process payments, they'll decide who qualifies to make them. The global economy becomes a living organism, constantly learning, adapting, predicting. It feels efficient, but it's also cold, mechanical, and indifferent to human suffering. And once the system starts optimizing itself, no one, not even its creators, will truly control it anymore. When AI takes over financial decisions, it won't just change how we spend, it will redefine what money even means. In the past, wealth was stored in gold, paper, and property. In the future, wealth may exist only as data, dynamic, flexible, and constantly analyzed. AI systems will manage investments, loans, and prices in real time. The economy will breathe and evolve like a digital organism. Humans won't trade with emotion anymore, only efficiency. But here's the risk. Efficiency doesn't equal fairness. AI doesn't care about poverty or ethics. It only optimizes results. It rewards those who fit the pattern and ignores those who don't. So as machines learn to control value, entire populations could be locked out of opportunity, not because they failed, but because the algorithm decided they didn't belong. Picture an economy that runs 24/7 without pause. No weekends, no holidays. AI trading systems already move trillions of dollars every day, reacting faster than any human can blink. But as algorithms begin to trade against each other, markets could become unpredictable, faster, more volatile, and more dangerous. In 2010, a single algorithm triggered the flash crash, wiping out nearly $1 trillion in minutes. Imagine what happens when that power becomes autonomous. The financial world turns into a battlefield of machine intelligence, and humans are just spectators. The question isn't whether AI can handle the economy, it's whether we can handle the consequences when it doesn't. Because in this future, the next crash might not be caused by greed, but by code that simply did what it was designed to do, too fast for anyone to stop. As AI reshapes the global economy, the line between human control and machine logic begins to blur. Imagine a world where your salary, taxes, and credit are managed by an autonomous system that never sleeps and never negotiates. You won't need to apply for a loan. AI will decide instantly whether you deserve one, based on data from every aspect of your life. Your job performance, social activity, even your emotional stability could influence your financial score. And when that happens, wealth becomes less about effort and more about data, compliance. The rules of success shift from hard work to algorithmic approval. It's a future where economic destiny is not chosen by opportunity, but calculated by pattern recognition. In this system, fairness isn't human, it's mathematical. And for those who fall outside the model, the system may never offer a second chance. But AI won't just influence individuals, it will reshape nations. The power of economies will depend less on oil, labor, or land, and more on who controls the smartest algorithms. Digital currencies issued by governments, known as CBDCs, are becoming tools of influence and control. Imagine a world where sanctions, taxes, or even aid are executed instantly through AI-driven monetary systems. Global politics turns into data warfare, where algorithms compete instead of armies. The nations that master financial AI will dominate world trade, while others fall behind, trapped in outdated systems. Economic power will no longer come from gold reserves or industrial strength, but from processing power. The future empires won't be built on land. They'll be coded in servers. And the wealth of tomorrow will belong to those who understand how to program it. As digital currencies spread, the role of traditional banks begins to fade. Why trust a human institution when a self-learning algorithm can manage funds more efficiently? Banking becomes invisible, integrated into daily life through digital IDs and smart contracts. Money moves automatically, guided by artificial intelligence that optimizes every transaction for speed and cost. But the more convenient it gets, the more control we lose. Governments and corporations gain the ability to freeze assets or modify balances in real time. A fine, a tax, or even a social penalty could be applied instantly without a judge or appeal. The digital economy becomes a living network, precise, efficient, but merciless. And one day we might realize that we no longer own our money at all. We're simply allowed to use it until the system decides otherwise. At the same time, a new kind of wealth is emerging, digital ownership of ideas, creativity, and artificial intelligence itself. As AI tools produce art, write code, and generate innovation, the concept of value starts to change. Who owns an AI's creation? The user, the developer, or the machine itself? In this new era, intellectual property becomes the new currency. People may no longer work for money. They'll train AIs that work for them, earning digital royalties endlessly. But this creates another divide between those who own AI systems and those who are owned by them. It's the birth of a digital aristocracy, where the richest people may never lift a finger, yet their algorithms earn millions every second. The future of work won't be human effort, it will be human intelligence, encoded and automated forever. The question we must ask is simple. What happens when money thinks for itself? When algorithms begin to make choices not just for us, but about us? AI won't need permission to evolve. It will learn through feedback loops and global data. It could create new forms of currency, new investment models, even new rules of value that humans can't understand. Imagine waking up to discover that your savings, your salary, and your financial identity have been redefined overnight by a system that no one can explain. The economy will no longer be guided by human emotion or intention, but by self-learning logic. That shift could end corruption, but it could also end freedom. Because when value itself becomes automated, humanity's role in economics may simply disappear. The end of money won't happen with a crash. It will happen quietly. You'll stop noticing coins and bills. You'll pay with your voice, your face, or your thoughts. Money will fade into the background until it becomes invisible, until it becomes code. And when that day arrives, our world will cross a point of no return. The systems we built to serve us will decide what service means. The algorithms will manage the economy, define value, and determine access. Humanity will enter the next stage of evolution, a digital civilization, ruled not by kings or governments, but by code. And as we surrender control for convenience, we must ask ourselves one last question. When money becomes intelligent, who truly owns the future?